My name is Barry Rossinoff. I moved here, Tepoztlan, from Vermont, up near the Canadian border, about 4.5 years ago. And I've been a student of Buddhism for many years, and since moving to Mexico, have had the opportunity to experience the energy of the shaman, and have become very interested in plant medicine as used by the shaman. The understanding of compassion is probably, to my mind at any rate, quite consistent through these traditions. So that's why I agreed to the generous invitation of Robin and Wade to be interviewed. Well, genuine compassion has to do with presence. It has to do with an individual making contact with their original mind, rather than being driven by rules, rather than being driven by cultural customs. They consult their inner self. And compassion is naturally a result of this presence, whereby you understand your connection with everything around you, and you do not cause harm if you can possibly help it. In the very early years of my interest in Buddhism, I became familiar with the term of the bodhisattva and taking bodhisattva vows. And when I heard what that meant, that you put others before yourself, I realized that it was so central to the way in which I want to see the world, that it has been a major influence and has prompted me to cultivate that view of putting others before me and not taking ego gratification from any good that may come of what I may do. Well, I'm going to refer again to having taken bodhisattva vows, and it is a life journey which there is no turning away from. So at this point, the word work doesn't quite apply. It's more a matter of incorporating and seeing clearly when I'm acting in an egocentric manner. And hopefully that will never end. You know, I read this question, I think, 3 times, and each time I really contemplated the question, and I don't know that I can answer that. I mean, obviously, you know, when you look at the universe, it's a violent place, and there is conflict all the time on so many levels: personal, interpersonal, international, and what we're doing to the planet. Now, I wish I had something much more constructive to say about it than that, but I'm at a loss. That too. You know, there are people who have faith or confidence or belief in a knowing God. I guess they would say that God wants it this way. This is the way He designed it, or she designed it. And the species itself, when you read the record, as archaeologists and paleontologists, they show how Homo sapien, encountering other branches of human development, have always triumphed through force, whether it be the Neanderthals or the recent discovery of a very small species of humanoid in some of the South Pacific Islands. And the archaeological record keeps showing that advancement goes hand in hand with conquest. Why is that? Wouldn't that be wonderful if we could actually answer that? It certainly numbs the mind to see how brutal we are as a species. Again, not only with ourselves, but our own home, the planet. I don't know why.